Actor Jonathan Majors is arrested in New York City, accused of assault. Police say Majors, the star of Creed 3 and other famous films, was involved in a domestic dispute with a woman. Officers were called to an apartment this morning in Chelsea. Police say the woman had injuries to her neck and head and was taken to the hospital. Majors is out of custody tonight, facing charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment. His spokesperson told us, quote, "He has done nothing wrong, and we look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up."
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel for the first time on YouTube, please make sure that you hit that like button if you enjoy the content. And if you really enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button so we both can be friends. Let's get this video started. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, I did not want to, wake up to this. Matter of fact, when we were recording for the Truth is Controversial podcast that I got with me and my man Bleak, that you guys can always go down in the description box and view those episodes. Look, man, wow, we were on an intermission. I went upstairs to get some coffee. I come back downstairs. My man had this up to the camera like that, right? I was like, what is that? I see Jonathan Majors' face. I'm like, oh, why is he showing me Jonathan Majors? And then I started to read. And then I read what I read. And I said, no, whoa, wow, that just happened? He was like, yes, bruh. I was like, wow, we got to record our video for that. And you guys can go down in the description box and see that video as well. But I just wanted to jump up here and talk about domestic violence a little bit, man. If you guys don't know, Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York last night, Saturday, and basically he was arrested for allegedly strangling a woman and putting his hands on her, and they locked him up and he went to jail. And basically he posted bond and he's out right now, but the internet is going crazy. And his representatives are denying everything at this point. And my thing is this. If this man did do this, strangle this woman and put his hands on this woman, he deserves everything he get. But we all know that the view from the public and the view from social media and public opinion can make someone guilty as soon as a story hits. And I'm not going to be the one to pass judgment on this man. You guys got to understand this from a logical point of view, a common sense point of view. Now, I'm not saying that this man did it. I'm not saying that this man didn't do it. But what I am saying is it is very hard to believe a man of his caliber and where he's literally headed at right now in Hollywood, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where he's literally playing Thanos Part 2. Like, he is going to be holding down this entire MCU for the next 3 to 4 years. You see what I'm saying? And he just came off of a run, a hell of a run with Creed 3, right? It is very hard to believe that this man would jeopardize his entire future to put his hands on someone like a woman. Now, again, I am just looking at this from a logical standpoint. I am not saying that this man did it or didn't do it. A lot of people in the comment section of the Shade Room and all of these posts out here, they are already passing judgment on this man. And at the end of the day, I was in his shoes at one point in time. This made me think of something. If you guys can look at my hand right there. Ooh, that's a good, right there. You see that? And it goes all the way around to that. That happened to me almost 15 years ago. And it really traumatized me. This happened from a woman I was dealing with in 2006 and 2007, and she threw a glass at my hand. I mean, cocked it back and threw it at my hand on Christmas morning, 2007, you guys. And I had to go to the hospital and everything. Now, I'm going to tell this story, but give you a synopsis. I got hit with that glass. I was rushed to the hospital. She ran out of the house once she threw that glass at me. And as I was at the hospital getting treated for this, had probably 100 and something stitches go in my hand. I can still not feel my finger right now, 15 years later. Now, as I was at the hospital, she came back to my house and called the police and told the police that I just beat her ass and get over here because she got to get her stuff out the house. Now, she thought that I was still in that house. She didn't know the damage that she did. She just thought she threw the glass and everything was, all right. Now, the police that was up at the hospital with me, he came and got the call from when she called the police. He called the dispatcher and said, hey, I just left that apartment. I just left the guy from up at the hospital. Matter of fact, I'll go over there. He goes over there. After leaving, listen to what I'm saying, you guys. He left me at the hospital. So he goes back over to my apartment. She's there. And he said, ma'am, what's the problem? He's playing it off like he don't even know who I am. So she said, yeah, my boyfriend just whooped my ass. And he said, oh yeah, for real? He said, where your boyfriend at right now? Oh, he's in the house. He was like, he's in there right now? You know that for sure? She said, yeah. He said, how long ago this happened? Like 5 minutes ago. He said, okay, let's walk up to the door. He knocked on the door, fake knocked on the door. He was knocking. He said, ma'am, your boyfriend, no one's in there. She said, yes, he is. He's in there. And he just stopped the whole charade and said, ma'am, turn around. You tried to kill your boyfriend. I just left your boyfriend at the hospital. Now, I'm just saying that, and I just told that story for a reason. This shit happens. Women lie. Women say the most messed up things about a dude to get him locked up. Now, just imagine, you guys, just imagine if I was still in that house and this wasn't that serious. I would have got a knock on the door and they would have not asked me any questions. They would have just told me, turn around, put your arms behind your back, let's go downtown. And you guys probably wouldn't know who I am today because that would have ruined my life. So it's really hard to believe that this man did it, but we don't know. We don't know. Facts will come out, and I'm going to stay on this story. And I hope and pray this man did not strangle this lady. But if he did, he needs to get everything that he deserved. At the end of the day, people, I never condone hitting women. I know this is a channel based upon holding women accountable. But at the end of the day, I'd rather leave them to their own devices than put my hands on them. At the end of the day, that is not right. I have 3 girls. And I would never want any man to put their hands on them. And ladies, like I tell my daughters, if you are arguing with a man, don't do all of that. Stop that. Don't hold court with that man. I want you guys to go home. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. I watched my mother get her ass beat for years by this man named Donnell Howard. Yes, his name is Donnell Howard. And he whooped my mother's ass for years, knocked her front teeth out. And she didn't have any insurance to get her teeth. We were poor. We were in poverty. So she had to come up to my school with no tooth in her mouth, right? I had to deal with that. My mother had to deal with a black eye bulging out of her eyeball. You see? Her eye socket. And I seen that. But one thing I did always see my mother do is hold court with this man. Bigger than her. She called him a bitch ass nigga. She did this, she did that. And I used to tell myself and my brothers, won't she just stop? She know what he's gonna do. But at the end of the day, it's no excuse to put your hand on a woman, especially if she's smaller than you. At the end of the day, you should just walk away. But we all know what happens out here. You know, these women, they talk and they talk and they talk. And like Whoopi Goldberg said, look, if you hit a dude, hey, he gonna hit you back. So that's definitely don't hit no dude. And don't hold court with men. Go home and then talk shit. Don't talk shit in front of a man. Y'all go down in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this story. And on top of that, man, what were your thoughts when you first seen this, when you woke up this morning? It's crazy, man. I mean, we literally was doing our show, and in the middle of the show, we get that across our phone. But y'all always stay unplugged from false narratives. And this may be a false narrative, and it may not. I don't know. Y'all be safe. I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.